All right, I'm here for TK Lions game day here with Coach Burack. Coach, it's football weather outside. How do you guys like that little nip in the air?
Oh, it's been nice. No more sweating your tails off or anything like that. You get to wear your winter gear. But it's just been nice. Cool air, not worrying about rain. Just been refreshing. Yeah.
Well, football weather means playoff weather usually, and we are in the playoffs. We talked about this last time. Thought we'd be number 6. Did come in at 6, play Glade Central. Before we get into breaking down the Raiders, let's talk about this. You've had a week off for the bye. You've had 2 weeks to prepare. Walk us through what that's looked like and where the team stands right now.
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, the week off really helped us, rest up and just kind of get back to basics, get fundamentally sound, and really just take a look at our opponent. We pretty much knew we were going into GC, so it was a good time to really break down the film and look at what we need to do. But the other thing was just great, just seeing the camaraderie over the past week and that 2 weeks of seeing these guys come together again and just giving the seniors a little opportunity under the lights for some late practices on the game field. And it's just been really refreshing and really awesome, seeing these guys leading devotionals again and just coming together. It's been a great 2 weeks.
We played Glades a few weeks ago. Obviously, that was a nail biter down to the end. Does that help us or hurt us going into a playoff game? Obviously, both teams have seen each other, very familiar with each other. How does that help us?
I think it helps us. Anytime you've already played an opponent, whether you win or lose, it's hard to replicate. Especially beating a team twice. So I think we're on the good end of it because again, we know what they're going to give us. We know exactly who we're going to see. We know the matchups. They'll have the home field advantage, but I definitely think kind of going into a close-knit game, again, it kind of shows like, hey, we belong here.
So let's talk about the Raiders. You've seen them before. I know you've seen them on tape a bunch. Tell us about offensively, what do those guys like to do?
Yeah, I mean, they got a great running back who's real shifty, make people miss. I think they have an amazing quarterback. Definitely his ability to scramble and make plays down the field with a few good wide receivers. Defensively, they're big, they're fast. But I think, we match up, as the game showed last time, that we do match up pretty well with certain matchups. So guys have been really energetic about getting another chance to go repeat that wrong and, to right that wrong. And it's just been, looking at them again, Coach O over there has done a great job of rebuilding the culture over there. I can't speak highly enough about them, but it's, we're excited to go play.
So what are the keys to victory for the Lions this week?
Yeah, we just got to, limit our turnovers. The turnovers really hurt us in the last game. And then just take away big plays on defense. If we can take away the big plays and limit them, I think that really kind of helps us, doesn't spark momentum. Special teams was huge for us, so we're going to continue to build off of that. We've been doing great on special teams all year. So trying to make a few more turnovers on the special teams or more explosive plays on the special teams era, I think that'll be another key to success.
We come into this game 5-5. People might look at that record and not be impressed, but the strength of schedule this year has been very tough. We played a lot of playoff teams, and outside of one game, every loss we've had has been a one-score game. How does that prepare us for this level of play?
Yeah, when you look at the schedule every year and you go in and you schedule, kind of look at, okay, where are we as a team? And this year we decided, hey, we're going to go up in our schedule. We wanted to put some tougher opponents on there. So I think most of our opponents that we've played are better than 500, with the exception, I think, of one team. So just to kind of have that and be in nail-biter games and tough games throughout our entire season, you look at it, it's like, okay, we're 5-5, but we could easily be, 9-1 if you look at some of those games. So the fact that we've been in a lot of close games, I think that really helps us, especially going into the playoffs against a team that we had a loss in a tight game. I think that shows that, hey, we can hang till the end.
So let's take a step back, look at the bigger picture of this region as they go into their playoff games. Number 1 seed, you got Cardinal Mooney. Number 2 in the state overall. They're taking on North Broward Prep. What can you tell us about Cardinal Mooney as that number 1 seed?
Yeah, I mean, they got dudes everywhere. They really didn't lose much from last year. They kind of reloaded some other guys in that left. They're really well coached. They bring in a lot of talent. I think they do have a good shot of probably going all the way, but I'm really looking forward. We're not going to look too far past Glade Central, but they are one of the dominant forces, like you said, number 2 team in the state. But I think we've played them in the past, so if we get to that point, I feel really comfortable about our odds in that one. But yeah, they're a good team. They're a good team.
So on the bottom half of that bracket, you got Lakewood, who's had a really great season at the 2 seed, but they play Somerset Canyons and have to go to Canyons. Canyons was district champion. So can the Cougars pull one off in that game?
I think they can. I really do. I think they got enough to match up with Lakewood in certain aspects. Lakewood's a good team, but we don't really know too much about them. I do know what Somerset has, and I think they have the ability to go pull that off. Definitely having the home field advantage is going to help. Especially when a number 2 seed has to drop down to a 7. So I think that helps and favors the Cougars. So we'll be rooting for them. We'd love to have a rematch with Somerset.
And then the last game we got in the region, we've got Bishop Verot and Calvary. That's an interesting matchup. Haven't seen those 2 teams play a whole lot. Verot is usually very tough, defensive team. Calvary's really put together a couple really good seasons. What do you see in that one?
I think that's I really do. I think it's a really big toss-up game. I think it's evenly matched on both sides. I think it'll be a really ground and pound kind of game. They both like to run the ball a lot. They both have pretty good defenses. They're both well coached. So I think that's kind of I definitely think that's a game, where it could go really either way.
Well, hopefully next week we're standing here talking about playing one of those teams. Hopefully we get through this one. Guys, it's at Glade Central this week, which is a close drive for 6:30 start on Friday.
Yes.
There's no school Friday, so you can head out whenever you want. But I know the crowd has been a big factor in our success this year, so we really need those guys out there.
Yeah, anytime our fans can come out and support. Like you said, it's not a far drive. It's actually a really peaceful drive. I know they'll have good barbecue, so please come out and support. Pack those stands. Come out for Friday night, football, playoff football, and come support your Lions.
Hope to see you there. Go Lions.